Okay, guys. It's about 3 p.m. West Coast time on Sunday. I guess it's April 6th. So there's a lot more reporting out now about what to expect when the stock market opens tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. East Coast time. None of it is good. I did a TikTok earlier about CNBC host Jim Cramer saying that he expects tomorrow to essentially be the equivalent of Black Monday from 1987, where the stock market had two or three down days, and then that Monday lost 22.6% of its value. That viewpoint seems to be consistent. And because there's an after hours market, there's a futures market that's expected to start this evening. Fox News Business Channel tweeted out that all of the major Wall Street firm trading desks are going to be fully staffed this evening for when the futures market opens, and to expect massive sell offs, which means crashing. Uh, Members of Trump's cabinet were all over the Sunday morning shows, including his Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. And consistently, they're like, no, this is the plan. These global tariffs are the plan. This is what we are doing. We are not changing them. These are not negotiable. This is what we are doing. This is happening. Meanwhile, they're not going to do anything to stop any of this. Trump's been golfing all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He's completely disengaged and detached. He can't be bothered with any of this shit. So, which leads me to believe that his cabinet members on the Sunday morning shows are correct, because this is the plan that has been put into place, and now we are all going to have to ride it out along with them, which is awesome. Bitcoin has dipped under 80,000 per coin, uh, which, okay. Uh, Recently, it was up over 100,000, so it's lost over 20% of its value. And I think it is of absolutely critical importance to understand that Donald Trump and his administration are doing this on purpose. This is the intended, this is what they've intended. They are going to destroy the United States stock market and the valuations of major United States corporations. They've already cost shareholders about $7 trillion in value over the last few days. That's money out of people's 401ks. People are in my comments. They've been in my comments telling me how much they've lost on their 401k balances, and it's horrific. Donald Trump very clearly is not going to do anything to stop any of this. He's not going to do anything to mitigate any of this. The stock market in value has already lost more than what his expected tariffs are intended to bring in over the next decade, which is a wildly inflated number to begin with. So, again, it's like, I don't know whether to be angry or grateful to him for demonstrating in the most concrete of terms the weaknesses and flaws in the structure of the United States government and the electoral system. Because we elected this guy, and it's one guy who is doing this, uh, destroying the United States economy, destroying the United States stock market, which is going to reverberate around the globe. We are at a minimum going to experience a very serious recession in this country. I've seen several financial commentators who know more about this shit than I do, who've said that we will be very, very lucky to avoid uh, something analogous to the Great Depression. And they're doing it on purpose. And Trump voters all throughout the last campaign said they were voting for him for the economy, inflation, and immigration. The economy was their number one issue. And this is what he's doing to the economy. And they're cheering him on, saying he's playing 4D chess, that he's destroying value in the stock market to force the Fed to reduce interest rates, to bring prices down, to make the American dream affordable again. And that's not how any of that works. That's literally, I don't know that much about economics, but I know that much, that this is not how any of that works. Unemployment and inflation are going to skyrocket. Prices are going to skyrocket. He started a fucking trade war with the entire planet on purpose. And he did so with a formula that he got from ChatGPT. And here we are. One guy that we elected him. I never fucking voted for him. But we see the flaws in how our government was structured by the founding fathers laid bare. Amazing.